up, you guys? It's your boy 3 Stacks back in this thing. Team King of Games, baby, all day, every day. Alright, so like I said in the last video, kind of just keep up with these because they're consecutive. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the previous video. So we're on a roll for rituals today. I'm showcasing you guys my pride and joy in my Yu-Gi-Oh, which is rituals. My favorite summoning mechanic, my favorite decks are ritual based. I don't care about how inconsistent people say they are. If your ritual deck's inconsistent, it's just not for you. You're not good enough to make it. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying it to put anybody down, but if you cannot build a ritual deck, it's just not meant for you. Some people just don't have the skill to do it. So I'm showcasing you guys my most favorite decks, which are my ritual decks. They're my favorite decks. I love them. And this one in particular is Prediction Princess Shaddolls. Now, this is completely anti-meta. Pretty much my favorite decks, like my 4 favorite decks that I'm showing you guys, have never been like the top 10. They've never been like meta. They've never been like, oh, everybody's trying to buy it, everybody's trying to pick it up. Basically, if you understand what I'm saying, I love underappreciated decks. Now, don't get me wrong, I have tons of meta decks. I have owned the top 10 decks for a very long time. I picked them up just to have them. But what my pride and joy is, and what I take to tournaments and events, regionals and locals, is always something crazy. Like, I'm like the anti-meta douchebag, really. But anyways, besides the point, I'm rambling. Let's go ahead and hop into this deck profile. So again, Prediction Princess Shaddolls, a great choice. Even if you're moving into Link format, now understand what I'm saying. Link is gonna be broken. Like, it's gonna speed up, so Shaddoll window is gonna be a powerful lockdown. Now, there are some people who just wanna be like skillless, you know, helmet heads, who don't wanna like think too hard, so they're gonna pick up True Dracos. Now, True Draco is a good deck, but it's just like, it's like a simple deck, and it's like, an idiot who doesn't even know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh can play that deck and learn how to play it in like 2 seconds. So anyways, besides the point, we're gonna hop into this main deck. This is a great Link format option because it relies solely on your main deck. It may go into the extra deck if you choose, but if you do, you fuse basically one time and you can stop there. It's a ritual deck. So again, main deck based. We're running 3 Prediction Princess Terra Trade. She is amazing. She is like flip effects steroids. Now, she's fairly old, not extremely old. I think she's about 2 years old, going now on her 2nd year running, or pushing her 3rd year. So you should know what she does. If you don't know what she does, I'll explain her, but I don't want to explain everything because I don't want to take too long. My last video, I explained so much cards because Lyralist is a new deck. This is not new, so I'm not going to do that for everything. Please understand why. If you can't appreciate it, just look it up on Google. It won't hurt. But she basically, during either player's turn, she can target a monster on the field, on your field or on your opponent's field. Change that monster to face down defense position, or change that monster from face down to face up attack position. So she basically goes flip face up or flip face down. So she basically lets you use a flip effect more than once, if you get what I'm saying, which is really clutch. She also does more than that. Like, she's basically like Book of Moon, which is disruption on your opponent's turn. During your end phase, each of your end phases is a continuous every turn. She lets you special summon a flip effect monster from your graveyard into face down defense position, or from your hand into face down defense position. Immediately, like, sets it up to be flip face up. So she is extremely broken with Pot of the Forbidden, which is 4 ban list effects in one monster. He and Terra Trade are my sword and shield, basically. Like, they thrive together. They are meant to be together. Like, I normally tribute Pot of Forbidden to summon her because he's exactly level 9 and she's exactly level 9. So it's like the easiest way. And because he's a flip effect monster, when I tribute him to summon her, during the end phase, I use her effect and special summon him back. Now, I'm going to read you his effects. He's a very, very broken card. And this is the only deck that can abuse him the right way. He's a flip effect. Any other deck will use him one time, that's it. This deck can use him over and over and over. You flip him, he dies, bring him back face down. Like, when I said she special summons any flip effect monster face down, like, it's set up to use this effect. So when you flip Pot of the Forbidden, you can either pick one of these 4 banless effects. You can do Pot of Greed, draw 2 cards. Hello, somebody, Pot of Greed. You can do, it's not Heavy Storm. It is, yeah, you can do Heavy Storm. Return all spell and trap cards on the field to the hand. Heavy Storm. It's not Harpy's Feather Duster. It's Heavy Storm. You can do number 3, Raigeki. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Or number 4, look at your opponent's hand, his entire hand. If he has 7 cards in his hand, look at all 7 of them. It don't matter what is in his hand, however many. It doesn't specify on the limit. It says, look, show me your hand. Mind Crush. Look at your whole hand. Shuffle one of those cards from his hand into his deck. So you can tear his hand up. Not only does Pot of the Forbidden give you the knowledge of what you're playing before you even know what you're playing, before your opponent gets the chance to go, but he can take away their key crucial play, that Dragonic Diagram. Oh, my balls are hurting now. I love this guy. You can only pick one, but I mean, come on, bro. You're at a buffet. You're picking all you can eat. Pick one. It's all good. It doesn't matter. Blow up all your opponent's field. Blow up all his back row. Return them all to the hand. I'm sorry. Draw 2 cards, which is the one I'm strange. I always tend to use his first effect, which is just draw 2 cards. I don't know why. I have Shaddoll Beast to draw 2, but there's something about consistency. Like, it rings in my head. Consistency. Like, every time I have the chance to use this effect, I'm like, well, I got options here. Like, you straight up, like, I can blow everything up. I can bounce his back rows and not worry about him. I can look at his hand. You know what? I want 2 more cards. Like, normally I use him to draw 2, but it's the fact that he can do all those things. He's great. So versatile. He has 3,000 defense. You don't need your extra deck, fam. All you need is him and her. Bam. They work together and keep your opponent from... Oh, it's just so funny. I love it. But I wasted enough time on Terra Train Pot of the Forbidden. But please understand, I hope I explained this thoroughly enough for you guys to understand that these are broken. You don't need an extra deck. Now, I'm not saying when it comes to Link format that everybody's going to be playing main deck. People who cannot afford to play Links, because Links are going to be expensive. I promise you, Konami knows what they're doing. They're trying to make money. Links are probably going to be expensive. So if you don't want to buy Links, people are going to convert to main deck prosperous decks. Because obviously, if you're playing a deck that's solely based on this extra deck, you're going to need Links. So if you don't want to buy Links, you're basically going to go to Monarchs, True Dracos, or decks like my decks. I love Ritual decks. So obviously, I don't care about Links. Like, it never hurt me to begin with. I've had tons of main decks. So these guys are great because you don't need an extra deck and you can cut up on your opponent's turn all the time. Next up, 3 Spirits of the Fall Wind. Cutie little Miss Patootie with a little booty. That's what I'm going to call her. Cutie Patootie with a little booty. She's awesome. You normal summon her and add any flip effect monster from your deck to your hand. Need I say Moss? She is Stratos. Now, the next Stratos-like card this is basically like engines. This whole deck is all engines. Like, all of the monsters are just engine-based cards. It's weird, but like, I look at the whole deck like engines. There is like no land on play. Like, there's no play that you stop on. Like, you just keep going, you keep going. You don't stop on anything. Like, Winda is the only thing that may make you stop because you can only special summon one time. But the deck just keeps going. Like, it never runs out of steam. It's just all engines. So she searches any flip effect monster from your deck to your hand. Now, Koi Girl, Koi Fish, Koi Norma, whatever you want to call her, she's rich. Look at all her money. She's balling out of control. Now, she's a flip effect monster. She's the only prediction princess aside from Terra Trade that I run. Now, there are some great prediction princesses. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to make my deck extremely consistent, less bricky, and I run Shaddolls. I love Shaddolls. If you guys did not know, that's another little secret that I'm going to share with you guys. I love Shaddolls. People probably haven't known because I haven't shown you guys my Shaddolls very much, but you're going to see them today. So when she's flipped, you can special summon any level 3 or higher flip effect monster from your hand or your deck. So Koi Norma gets you into your Pot of Forbidden if you have not gotten into him already. Special him immediately directly from your deck or your hand. There's no reason to ever play this guy at 3 because you have 6 different ways to get into him if you didn't already have him. And also, she brings him from your hand if you drew him by accident. And she brings him from your hand if you drew him by accident. So she is literally special summon any flip effect monster basically from your deck. It's clutch. Like, she just, and it's face down. I forgot to specify. She special summons a level 3 or higher flip effect monster from your deck or your hand. I'll always choose from your deck. I'm not wasting nothing from my hand. I'll always choose from your deck directly face down. Now, I tend to go for either Pot of Forbidden or Shaddoll Beast. Just to draw. It's weird. I love drawing. I'm addicted to it. It's crack. Now, the only restriction she has is for the remainder of that turn. After her effect resolves, not before, for the remainder of the turn, you can only activate Prediction Princess effects. So what that means is, if you want to use Shaddoll effects, use that crap before you flip her face up. Because after you flip her for the rest of the turn, not during the turn, do not twist or contort my words. For the rest of the turn, you can only use Prediction Princess effects. So it basically means you're going to be using Koi Girl and her mama, which is the Prediction Princess Terra Trey. So that is going to be it for the flip effect support, basically. All of these guys are flip effect support. He's the only guy that's not support, but he is like support for everything. If you think of all 4 of his effects, all of those cards have been banned. Heavy Storm has been banned. Pot of Greed has been banned. No, Heavy Storm is still banned. Pot of Greed is still banned. Rageki is off the ban list. And the effect of look at your opponent's hand, I can only think of Mind Crush, but that's not on the ban list. But he's basically like, there's a reason why they call him Pot of the Forbidden. Pot of the Forbidden cards that we never get to use. So like, why not use him? Because those effects, we don't have access to them. Like, they're banned. Moving on to the Shaddolls. Triple Beast. I love Beast. I'm addicted to drawing, obviously, and he triggers so many different things for this deck. He literally can put a flip effect monster into your graveyard at minimum for territory to bring back. And obviously, because you're playing Shaddolls, any Shaddoll you discard from his effect will trigger because the draw 2 and discard is not a cost. Like, it doesn't say, oh, draw 2 and then for a cost you have to discard. Beasts don't work like that, fam. If you discard a Hedgehog, you're going to get a search. So it's literally like you drew 2 and you get to keep 2. So there are ways where you don't like, it's not really like a neg at all. Like, there are ways where he's just like literally Pot of Greed where you just draw 2 cards. So he's really clutch. Love him. Level 5, 2200. He's a really decent guy. Amazing guy. Stand out. Stand alone. Anyways, 3 Shaddoll Hedgehog. This guy is your Stratos. He searches for basically any Shaddoll, spell or trap or monster. He's just like, he searches the whole deck. I don't know why I'm explaining Shaddolls to you guys because you should know. Double Squamata. Double Falco, 1 dragon, and this may seem funny, but I play Shaddoll Hound. I love the whole re-abusing, flip effects, changing battle positions, recycling Shaddoll cards. I think Shaddoll Hound was a Shaddoll that never got love, and I don't know why, but I play him. If people think he's bad, you don't have to play him, fam. This is my deck. Remember, I do what I want with it. I'm showcasing it to you guys because I love y'all, and I love to share my ideas. But, you know, it's me. So if you're offended by my Hound, then don't even bother to run him. So that sums it up for the Shaddolls. And the final card is one of my MVPs, Summoner of Illusions. Now, this is one of my clutch tech cards. You guys know I try to be as creative as possible. This guy's a flip effect, which is broken because you use him once, twice, 3 times, as many as you want. Why? Because we have Prediction Princess Terratray to special summon any flip effect monster from your graveyard face down. So when he's flipped face up, you tribute 1 other monster aside from him and special summon any fusion monster from your extra deck, except destroy that monster during the end phase. So he basically gives you a free fusion for the turn. Now, there is one guy that I use him for, and it's this guy right here. First of the Dragons. The reason why I use him to bring out First of the Dragons, follow my logic. First of the Dragons is unaffected by monster effects. So if Summoner of Illusion summons him from the extra deck, is he going to die during the end phase? No. You get to keep this 2700 body who's unaffected by monster effects and cannot be destroyed by battle except with the normal monster. He's harmed. He can be harmed by back row spells and traps, but monsters cannot mess with him. Like monsters can't touch with him. Like, he's in a league of his own when it comes out to monsters. Like, you basically, like, Masterpiece can't touch him at all. Like, you're going to have to use a back row, something, a spell or trap to get rid of him. So Summoner of Illusions can summon this guy for free, which I love. And you can bring him back from your graveyard and use his effect again and again and again and again and again. So he's really cool. It's just a clutch, spicy tech. I love techs, you know, I love to be creative. Try him out. Look him up. Whatever. If you don't believe me, do what you got to do. Moving on to the spells. 3 pre-preps. Really broken. I mean, come on now. This is me, bro. Like, it's my favorite spell in the game. I love it more than Pot of Desires. And I love Pot of Desires, but I sold my Desires. So obviously I don't love them that much. But I do love my pre-preps. I don't care if somebody offered me $50. I'm not selling my deck on pre-preps. Go get your own. For real. They're mine and I love them. 3 Prediction Rituals. This is a broken ritual spell. It used to summon Terratray specifically. So you pre-prep for it, obviously. And you can banish it from the graveyard except the turn it was sent. So it acts like, think of Breakthrough Skill and stuff like that. Next turn, you can banish it from the graveyard and add any Prediction Princess monster from your deck to your hand. So it pays for itself. It lets you search, get your Core Norma or a Terratray if you need another one. Really cool. I like it. Now, moving on to the Shaddoll stuff. We play 2 Shaddoll Fusions and 1 L Shaddoll Fusion. This is a perfect ratio. You can go hard on it. You can play 3 Shaddoll Fusions. Now, Shaddoll Fusion is a broken card that many people do not play around. Like, back in the day when Shaddolls were dominant, people used to be scared to leave an extra deck monster on the board because they're like, oh, fam, he's going to get free fusion. But moving forward to Links, when I know there's going to be a lot of douchebags playing True Dracos and probably Monarchs, Shaddoll Fusion is not going to be that broken. But you will run into a lot of Links. That's what I want you guys to understand. Link format is not going to slow down. I promise you. If you think it's going to slow down, you probably have not been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For a very long time. Because all the OGs know it only gets faster. It only gets more broken. They're not going to shut off pendulums and then say, oh, we're going to slow it down. No, they're going to shut off pendulums and say, we're going to make the game so broken and so fast-paced that If you don't buy our links, you're not going to know what to do. So anyways, that's it for the Shaddoll portion of the spells. Then we have 2 copies of Forbidden Chalice. I like to be able to play on my opponent's turn, so we play 2 Forbidden Chalice and 2 My Body of a Shield. Now, these are very great protection cards because we do pretty much play Protect the Castle in the form of Protect Terra Tray, Protect your Pot of the Forbidden, Protect any of your Shaddoll fusions, especially Winda. Like, fam, if you have to, give her the boost for the attack. You know, whatever you got to do, stop a monster effect, protect your Winda, protect your Terra Tray. If they try to board wipe you, Winda can't be destroyed by card effects, but if Terra Tray's on the field, for example, like she's here, they try to True Draco something, True Draco this, True Draco that, blah, 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 blah. Masterpiece. Chain this, stop it completely. Really, really great. And these are spells, so they also help you to play around Masterpiece because naturally they tribute the True King's Return continuous trap and a monster, making it unaffected by solemn strikes and, you know, monsters. That's naturally what they do. They only ever tribute spells if they know, like, your side deckings. I promise you, ask a True Draco player. He's like, nah, bro, I want to tribute for traps because I'm scared of strikes. And it's true. So these spells are natural outs to Masterpiece because you can only tribute 2. You can't make them unaffected by everything. So you kind of have to decide spells, traps, or monsters. Now, like most people, again, they're gonna pick traps and monsters, and I don't knock them. Like, it's the smartest choice. But the thing is, now he's susceptible to Forbidden Chalice, and I'm gonna kill him with that My Body as a Shield. So I love it, and this is one of my main decks. This is actually a deck that, you know, I play. Like, I don't just build it and then show it. Like, I actually play this deck. So I put my heart into it and I put my foot in it. Traps. We run 3 Sinister Shadow Games and 2 Shaddoll Cores. These are the only traps I run, the Shaddoll traps. You can run whatever you want. You can run strikes. I chose these. I wanted traps that were absolutely chainable. So if my opponent hits my back rows with Twin Twisters, tribute a True Draco, blah, blah, blah. I'm so tired of True Dracos. I'm not even kidding. If they want to hit your back row, you can absolutely chain it and get a plus and they take an egg. So your back row is all baits. If you set any of these, they're absolutely chainable. And you set this, it's absolutely chainable. Like, anything you set in your back row with this deck is completely reactive whenever you want it to be. It doesn't need like a very specific requirement. You can just play it whenever. So if they Twin Twist you, if they Galaxy Cyclone you, you can chain it, get its effect off. And Shaddoll Core is even more retarded because you play it and it moves to the monster zone. So it's like, what? And you can like fuse with it. It acts as any fusion material for a Shaddoll monster. So like you can pick any attribute you want. It's a level 9 monster. It comes in clutch if you want to like use Falco. If you play Star Eater, Synchro for 11, stuff like that. But that sums it up for the main deck. Moving forward to the extra deck, we have the star of the deck, First of the Dragons. I think I only have one. Yep, one of him. I'm thinking about playing 2 because Summoner of the Illusions can bring out multiples, but it's like if you play the deck right, you should never have to summon more than one of him. He's just a great card to have, and the deck was never able to make him, so he's kind of just like icing on the cake. 3 Windas, you have to. Wendigo. I know she doesn't get love, but Wendigo is great because Winda's only at 2200, so naturally, like, they try to get over her just by special summoning one monster that can attack over her, and, you know, like, Wendigo saves that problem. Now, another great lockdown, which I love, 4 decks that actually do special summon. I understand True Dracos. Don't even comment saying True Dracos don't special summon. Bro, don't tell me something that I already know. So Winda basically locks your opponent down and says you can only special summon 1 time. When you have Terra Tray on the field, this is a lockdown because you special summon your one monster, I book a moon it. What are you going to do now? You already special summoned once, you can't do it again. So it's great. Like, it's like the ultimate lockdown. Like, whatever you summon is going to get answered to by her. Like, it's really, really clutch. It just makes sure that your opponent never gets a field presence. Having these 2 on field, and they're both girls, so I do love it. It's like this deck is based on women. Power to the sisters. For women who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Empowerment to you. If I have any female subscribers, you better love this. This is for you. El Shaddoll Shikinaga. She's basically like Solemn Strike in a fusion. She's really cool. 3000 booty. She's basically Shaddoll Construct with towers absorbed in her. Anoyatilis, not a great card, but she has her days. I'll just say it like that. Grista, I love Grista. I pretty much wanted to play all of them. If I'm not mistaken, these are all of the Shaddoll fusions, even Wendigo. I like all of them. I wanted to play at least one of each, aside from Winda, who is the only exception that you're going to play 3. Synchros are Scarlet Red Dragon. Now, I'm not going to lie. I do have incredibly powerful Synchros in my Yang Zing deck. So if I wanted to take those synchros out, I can make the synchros in this extra deck more poppin', but I'm pretty much running scraps. So Scarlight, Stardust Spark, Clearwing, they're great synchros, don't get me wrong, they really are good. Clearwing, Coral Dragon, and Samsara, the Dragon of Rebirth. Monster Reborn. He targets a monster in either player's graveyard. When he's destroyed, special summons it. So I can take whatever you have. Monster Reborn. Look at the Ankh, he's proof. Monster Reborn. Coral Dragon, I mean, explains itself. The only XYZ that I have right now in my extra deck, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I have space. I think this extra deck is 13 or 14 or something like that. But I'm playing Artifact Durandal. Rank 5s come up too much, and he's just, like, the best. Like, he's too clutch. And also, I just wanted to have an XYZ because I do Fuse, I do XYZ, I do Ritual, and I do Synchro. So I do all four. Fusion, XYZ, Ritual, Synchro. Who cares about Pendulums? Who cares about Links? So that sums up the deck profile. Give your honest opinion and feedback on the deck. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. And one quick thing, you can cut off the video if you want to, but I'm going to say a quick prayer. Father God, in the name of Jesus, please uplift my brethren and please encourage them on their journey. Make sure that they're safe in everything that they do, God. Give them strength to resist temptation. Give me strength to resist temptation, Father. And please minister through this channel to them and show yourself to these people. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. God bless you guys so much. And we're moving on to the next deck. So stay tuned for that, and I'm going to cut this short.